talk about downsizing government and the offer that now federal employees have, essentially getting a buyout offer for up to 8 months of their salary in order for them to resign. First of all, I want to say that it was said, if you want to take this cash out and and go seek greener pastures, good. We appreciate your service and whatnot. However, if you decide to stay, that does not mean that you have a guaranteed job. Meaning that you can get laid off. And I could be wrong, but unemployment does not pay you your entire salary. So keep that in mind if you are a federal employee and you believe that your job or your head may be in the chopping block. You know exactly what I mean. You know exactly what I'm saying when I'm telling you. Yeah, better leave with some dignity and get a little bit of money than be kicked out and, well, have very little. So I want to get that up there for anybody with a federal government job that you may think, oh, should I take this deal or should I not? Your job is not guaranteed. Anyways, so the Trump administrations have introduced aggressive an aggressive plan to essentially reduce the federal workforce. Let me first say that federal government needs to be cut in half and then cut in half yet again. I have said that I don't know how many times in this channel. Way too many federal employees, way too many people sucking on that government, So, yeah, definitely I think the buyout offer up to 8 months of salary to resign is a good offer. I will advise all federal employees that are being offered this option. Do it. Do it. Take it and seek employment elsewhere. You don't know whether or not you're going to have your job tomorrow just because you choose to stay. And again, once you make that choice, it's on you now. So go seek someplace else. There's a lot of people that, they get one job and they stay in the same job for over their entire life. 20, 30 years. And yes, they do get a lot of what is that thing called? It will come back to me. Institutional knowledge. But that's all you know. That is all you know. And you have grown in that. And when it comes to growing, professionally, just in that area, government in private industry is not the same. You can make a lot more money in the private industry. So why you chose to stay in the government raises a lot of eyebrows, or at least my spider senses are tingling when I see that. Nonetheless, changes are coming whether you like it or not. So whether you decide to stay or decide to go, changes are coming. So, with fewer federal workers, I can see agencies like the IRS, like Social Security, and the Veterans Affairs could face significant operation downslows. Why? Because for way too long, they have been accustomed to work as little as possible. If you want to see where inefficiency is, 100% inefficient, look at federal employees. They are the sole definition of inefficiency. Why? Because it don't matter how much or how little they work, they're still going to get paid. It shouldn't be like that at all. Nonetheless, you need to really consider the fact that everything is gonna come to a halt. So if you want to file your taxes as soon as possible, because the IRS you may be dealing with delays, and I don't know about you all, but they owe me money. I want my money back. So what I did was I filed my taxes as soon as I got all the papers to file my taxes. I want my money back. They owe me money, and they can take forever to pay you, but you better not take forever to pay them. I think the IRS should be abolished, to be honest. Take it away. But file your taxes as fast as possible. That way, if you at least you get a refund, get it as, or at least have everything in there to get it as soon as possible. I think that, the funny thing is that we keep implementing these systems, these computers, this AI, these things to be more efficient, and yet we wanting more people. We as the federal government prior to this administration, we need more people. We need more people. Why? No, you don't. Be efficient. Ask people to do their job. Most of the time, they just don't. Now, they will say that, well, the public service, millions will be affected. They will see delays and whatnot. Possibly. But I guarantee you that those who remain in there are either going to work or they're going to get replaced. Because when you see your coworker getting fired and your boss looking at you straight in the eye and saying, you better get with the program, Bubba, because it is on now. And either you perform or you're gone. You are going to do your job. That whole gravy train is gone. You need to earn my tax money. So, could this be a efficiency or a disruption? I will say this, and maybe a lot of you or some of you may disagree with me, but I will actually be on the side of the more the government is involved, the less efficiency there is. The more the government gets their little mittens in things, the more red tape that you and I have to deal with. So I think, I could be wrong, comment section below, let me know, but I think having the private sector being more involved will equate efficiency. We'll see more disruptions. I think at the beginning we will see some. It's impossible, honestly, to make such a change without disruption. I am willing to deal with this disruption if I get to see the end result better. Now, a lot of critics will say the downsizing too quick. It will weaken essential infrastructures and create economic instability. I need to be very clear on this. Government is not supposed to create jobs. Government is supposed to serve you, the people, with as little as possible. That's it. Government should not be one of the biggest employers of a country. Should not. At all. You know why? Because that's the way Cuba is. The government is the biggest employer in the entire country, the entire island, however you want to call it. Tell me, how is that okay? Tell me the result. Yeah. So let's talk about now economic and social impact. They say that there is a potential for unemployment, those people who will get laid off if they don't take this deal. A lot of people may leave their federal jobs without immediate private section opportunities. If that happens, you know why that happens? Because you will not be suited for that job. Because you probably got that federal job based on diversity. based on the hair color that you have, based on your sexual orientation. Hate me if you must, but this is truth. Not because you were the best. If you're the best, the moment that you leave that government job, you're going to get phone calls. Private companies will be calling you. Yes, they do that. They do that. When you good, they do that. So the whole idea of, unemployment is going to be in the thousands and whatnot, there's going to be an economic and social impact. So what? So what? Get to work. Look, there's a lot of illegals leaving. Go pick up some tomatoes, some cabbages and whatnot. Billy's hungry for some sauerkraut. Go get me some cabbages. There you go. Sounds harsh, right? But that's the truth. There you go. Now, there's also an argument that government job losses could have a ripple effect on local economies, particularly in cities with high federal employment. Again, government should not be a big employer. They should employ as little as possible. Why does the city depend so much on federal money? Why? That means that you depend on the government's to give you everything. You depend on me to pay. Why? Why? If you cannot function independently, then you have a problem. A huge problem. I will say this. Alaska has a huge problem when it comes to federal money. Alaska depends extremely a lot on federal money. I don't understand why, when we are so rich when it comes to resources. But they love, especially in the big cities, they love that federal money. Cut it. Cut it all. California, I believe, is the biggest state that asks for federal money. The biggest. Cut it. The moment that you cut all of those federal fundings that are not necessary, and I want to emphasize on this, that are not necessary. Social Security, you put money into it. The VA, you fought for your country. Those are not necessary. Those you earn. Key here. You earn. You put money into your Social Security, all they're doing is giving it back to you. You fought for your country. I want to be very specific, and I swear, if I see a comment arguing on that, that person is going to get banned. Flat. I have zero tolerance when it comes to those things. Zero. There is a difference on giving handouts, and there is a difference on you earning something. The whole idea of, oh, I deserve. I hate that word. If you have been with me for a little bit of time, you know how much I hate. I deserve. You earn what you have. In Social Security, you earn it because you put money into it. The VA, you earn it because you... Calm down, Billy. Calm down. I said that I was not going to get excited, because otherwise bad words are going to start coming out. So, could this begin a larger restructuring of the U.S. government? I think it will. I think it should. I think we are at that point that we have to do something. And I think that for way too long, the federal government have grown out of control. And for way too long, people in government have been accustomed to do as little as possible to get paid as much as possible. So for federal employees who have this option, get it. Take it. Because most likely, later on, you're going to be laid off. We need to shrink the government, both federally and locally. We need to cut as much red tape as possible, both federally and locally. And we need to reduce taxes as much as possible. It is ridiculous the amount of taxes that we have to pay now to support other countries, to send our money to other countries. America first, everybody else and everything else second. Plain and simple. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like always, rock on, prep on, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.